going on out there in the Matrix. This is Wingnut Radio. I'm out and about, doing a little talking, and I'm for, this is for Anarchy TV. You know, I wander around a lot of different places. Most of the time it's trying to find places that are more secluded. Than others. But I don't really like a lot of crowds. I mean, I used to do a lot of people watching, but quite honestly, it's just people irritate me sometimes. and it's just just the lack of paying attention. And we're being fooled and stolen from, killed, and all this other stuff. And it's kind of like a big magic show. You know, kind of like a sleight of hand or misdirection, or even like a pickpocket. You know, there's some people out there, man, that still really study the art of pickpocketing. But anyway, it's almost like magician. It's almost like I don't know, being aware of human nature and how to influence and control people through human nature and all this other stuff. You know, the evil powers that be, they've been searching for ways to do this for a long time. You know, controlling people and programming people and trying to get basically a standard stock of citizens that all kind of believe and think in the same way that is prescribed to them, and choose the choices that are provided. Fucking wind. Just in here trying to light a cigar in the freaking wind. Out here I don't know. And I hope you guys are watching everything. I mean, I've been watching a lot of stuff, because a lot of this is really multifaceted. Everything from, you know, the attack on our liberties and our freedoms and the constitutional God-given rights that are supposed to be protected, being trampled on and ignored, and it's actually been trying to make into a crime. And then you got this coronavirus. You know, I can hear the airplane, I just don't know where it's at right offhand. I can hear it. I don't see it yet. That's the only problem with them damn things, man. Practically right on top of you, if you're not over you, past you by the time you hear the damn thing. Anyway. this coronavirus. You know, I mean, me personally, okay, you know, this goes downwind, you're pretty much fucked. So, I mean, you know, being a virus or whatever, you catch it, you're screwed, whatever, that kind of thing, whatever. You know, so motor B, whatever. But the part that I am concerned about, really, is the policies and protocols that will be kicked into place by this corporation posing as our federal government. And the basic medical martial law that they'll try and inflict with like quarantines and that kind of stuff. That if it happened to get out of hand here in the States, and then yeah, I mean, ask yourself where you are right now, right at this moment. Well, at least at your home. You could be anywhere, but if you were forced to stay in your home for 14 days, mandatory, would you be able to do it? I mean, could you do it with whoever, if you have family or whatever? Do you have enough food, water, whatever, for those 14 days? Let's just say it happened to get bad in an area and they wanted to quarantine your area. So they thought, well, the best way to do it is just make everybody stay in their home and quarantine them in their home for 14 days. I'm just asking the question, would you have enough stuff to keep you and whoever else alive? And then you got to start thinking about here in the States, dude, because they haven't disarmed us, and that's a good damn thing. But this is another reason why we cannot be disarmed, is you'll get panicky, desperate people out there that ain't got shit and then want to come fucking find your shit and steal it. So that's another thing. And then on top of that, you got to start wondering, like, for instance, what if the military personnel start catching it and dropping? What if nurses and doctors start catching it and dropping? What if our utility workers start catching it and dropping? What if this acts like a flu and it kind of fizzles out and then it comes back next year like the flu, like during flu season kind of thing, like every year? And people just start dropping by the thousands or some shit across the country. You know, within a couple of weeks, 2,000 people that they're making public. They're not counting the people, for instance, in China that were quarantined or decided to quarantine themselves in their home and then died. They're not counting those people. And even then, they're not really willing to put out the accurate numbers because they don't want it to make it look like it's that bad. You guys understand? Can you see through the trees? The forest through the trees? Or the trees through the forest? I don't know. Can you do that? I mean, I know that's kind of blurry. Look at that. Man, see, that's one thing. I got to get one of those cameras where I can manually focus the lens. And these damn autofocus damn things, they screw with me. Ah, there we go. But anyway, it's just craziness. If it happens to get too bad, I'm just asking the question. What are you guys up to? Are you guys up? Are you guys ready? I mean, be honest. I'm asking to ask yourself, not necessarily to answer me. Hell, I'm all up for comments. Please comment, share, like, subscribe, and all that other good shit, kind of like all the other good YouTubers say. But, you know what I'm saying? I mean, even if you've got something to say, tell me. You know what I mean? Hell, I might do another video of me doing the backpack, because I realized that after I watched it, it's like, dude, I really need to kind of redo what I did. You know what I mean? I need to kind of kind of consolidate what I've got, or get rid of some of the stuff I had in some things and put them on other things, because I got a few bags, and what I could do is just kind of rearrange things. So that might be something I might make a video about. But anyway, yeah, I don't know, man. I want everybody to be safe. I don't want to die of some freaking coronavirus or whatever the fuck it is. I don't, so I mean, you think about it. This thing gets airborne and it starts spreading around, and you're downwind. How do you fight that? I mean, other than like, masks and gloves and some disinfectant, or a lot of Lysol and bleach. Fuck, I don't know. Have decontamination rooms set up in your house. So when you come in and out of your house, you go through a decontamination room. I mean, really, for real. I mean, if these numbers are totally way lower than what they actually are in China and some of these other countries that really want to kind of keep it hush hush, they don't really want it to get out. They want to see if they can contain it and say, hey, yeah, we got it handled. It's not that big of a deal. What do you think you think about these communist countries that are doing it, like China? What do you think these communists that are in our country, in our government, are going to do? That's another question. What do you think? Anyway, Wingnut Radio for Anarchy TV, and I am back out.